Hey guys, thanks for joining me on another video. Today we're going to talk about starting a general contractor business in the state of California. I know it's exciting to start a new business. You're ready to get going, ready to earn clients, ready to start projects. But there's 5 steps that we're going to go over today that you should consider before starting your first job. Hey guys, my name's Mike. If you enjoy our videos, please remember to like this video, comment below. I like to respond to all comments. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them. And remember, subscribe to our channel, hit that little notification bell so that you're notified of any future videos that we release. Today, we're going to talk about starting a general contractor business in the state of California. Now, I'm not a contractor, so I want to make that clear, but I've worked with contractors for the last 20 years. I've worked with a lot of general contractors. I know the process, I know the business, I know the steps for a successful contractor to take. But this really goes for any business too. You want to take steps in order to do it the right way. You want to go slow. You want to make sure you have all your ducks in a row before you sign that first contract or get on that first job. We're going to talk about 1, licensing and compliance. Really important. As we know, California is not the easiest state to do business. Now, as a general contractor in California, you need to obtain a B license before you can start doing work. You need to, 1, complete the education and credit requirements to obtain that B license. You need to fill out a licensing application and submit it to the Contractor State License Board. You need to complete a background check and, of course, pass the state licensing exam. Something that the state of California requires when you first submit that application. The right insurance and the right bonds are also necessary at that point. We're going to talk a little bit about this later on, but I want you to consider this as part of your licensing and compliance. Consider the entity type that you're going to file and how you want to do business before you go into the license application stage. LLCs for contractors in California are handled differently than individuals, corporations. You're going to have to carry an additional $100,000 bond, which is going to cost you additional money, and you have to file and post your general liability with the license board, whereas other entities you don't. And the second step is make sure you have proper contracts and subcontractor agreements in order and that they're ready to go. General contractors can self-perform up to 3 trades in California, and then they're going to hire subs to do the rest. Now, some generals don't perform any trades. They're paper contractors, quote unquote. So they're just basically managing the job, signing the contracts, earning the business, and then subbing out all the trades to the contractors. I know a lot of contractors, they have relationships. They've known guys for years and years. They hire their friends, they hire their buddies. They think a handshake's going to do the trick. It doesn't. You need to make sure you have proper contracts and agreements in place so that if things do go wrong and something happens that your subcontractor caused damage or injury on a job, you have to have proper subcontractors agreements to make sure that you understand and that everybody understands who's responsible. Contracts with your clients, super important. Seek legal counsel. Get an attorney to help you draft those contracts. Have them in place. Have standard forms and contracts ready to go before you start that first job, before you earn your first client. It's going to make you seem more professional. Your client's going to appreciate it more, and you're going to have everything in order so that if things do go wrong, you have everything spelled out and ready to go. Check out also Level Set. I mentioned this company in my blog. Could be a great resource for you to find templated or standardized language that you can use to get going. We also have sample and subcontractor forms that we provide to our clients. A lot of times now when we're underwriting general liability, the general liability underwriter, they want to have your sub agreement in place before. They want to see it before they offer coverage. So that's something that we help our clients build, make sure everything's dialed in, all the insurance language is proper, so we can help with that also. Number 3 is your accounting practices. It's unbelievable how many businesses we deal with that don't have proper accounting practices in place. Find a good bookkeeping software, and whether you hire a bookkeeper to help you or not, or whether you have somebody on a part-time basis that can work in your office to keep everything in line for you, or whether you're doing it. I know as a contractor, you're on the job, driving around, meeting clients, dealing with the work, managing your subs, so you don't have time day to day to be updating your entries and keeping your books in order, but maybe you're going to do it after hours. When I first started my business, I was wearing lots of hats. During the day, I would deal with my clients, work with insurance companies, handle all my bonds, and then at night, I would update all my books. So every single night, I made sure my entries were up to date. That's something that you should consider. Set up a business banking account. Have it separate from your personal account. When you have audits come in, whether it's tax audits or insurance audits, you want to make sure your business banking account is separate from your personal, so those monies that flow in and out of your personal account don't get picked up and tracked as business expenses or business income. Determine how you're going to track your transactions for each job. So you need to make sure, obviously, that each job is profitable, and you want to know all your income and expenses and everything that you pay in and out on each job. You have to have proper transactions in place and job costing. And finally, record all of your daily transactions and business expenses so that you're up to date. We find that people that get behind sink, and it's hard to get back to where you want to be once you get behind. There could be so many transactions coming in and out of your account all the time, especially as a general, you're collecting all those receipts and you're paying out. You're getting all the materials and you're collecting. It's a constant cash flow battle, and you need to make sure that you're keeping up to date with it so that you know where you stand at any given time. Another tip, create a standard invoice template so that you can easily invoice your clients. I've had clients over the years that I've helped with this, even though it's not my realm of experience, but I've helped them and say, why are you not collecting timely on your jobs? Well, because we don't have the means. We don't have a standard invoice. I have to drive to every job site to collect. Why would you want to do that? You're paying money to get the job done. You're paying for the materials and the labor to get that job or that project complete. Invoice in a timely manner. Make sure you have a schedule for your invoicing, and also ensure that you have an invoice template that you can easily produce and send out at any given time. Determine your revenue recognition model. How are you going to track your revenue? And make sure you pay estimated taxes by signing up for the EFTPS, which is the electronic federal tax payment system. You want to stay on top of your taxes. Don't get behind on that. That's where companies and contractors get in trouble. Fourth, lead generation and marketing. How are you going to start building your business? How are you going to earn your clients? A good mix is important. The 4 L's of lead generation are something you might want to consider. Okay, number 1, lead capture. The second L, lead magnets. The third L, landing pages. And the fourth L, lead scoring. But a good mix. What does that mean? Well, digital marketing, capturing leads online. Local networking. When I first started my business, I was involved a lot in local networking groups. And I found in those groups, there were a lot of contractors. And I found that they also developed relationships. It's a great way to get your name out there in the local network, going to events, your local chamber of commerce. Direct mail. Direct mail is not dead. Cold calling is not dead. Those are great ways to earn leads. If you're going to get more into commercial work, working with municipalities, school districts, other GCs, larger project managers. Project managers sometimes need to subcontract work to other GCs to get portions of their jobs done. I think in any business, not just in contracting, when business owners first start, they're looking very closely at the ROI. All those dollars they spend on advertising and marketing, they're looking for immediate return. That might not always be the case. It might be that you're building your brand. You're getting your name out there, brand recognition, so that people think of you the next time they have a project or they need work done. If you want additional help on marketing, that's one of my focuses in my business. Give me a call. I'm happy to help out and provide any resources for you. I love to help businesses build their marketing. And the fifth, but not least, insurance and bonding. That's our specialty. We have many years of experience helping contractors, especially general contractors, insure and bond properly. Here's a big tip. Budget for your insurance costs before you start the business and before you start bidding jobs. Understand how much it's going to cost you. So here's some types of insurance policies and products that you're going to want to think of as you're planning for your new general construction business. Number 1, general liability, of course, the backbone of all insurance policies, covers third-party injury, claims arising out of third-party injury or damage. Think about your general liability. There's going to be factors that change the structure and the cost of your general liability policy. What types of additional insureds do you need? What types of projects are you taking on? Are you doing residential? Is it new residential? Are you going to get involved in multi-unit work? Are you doing condos and tract homes? Are you working in apartment conversions? All of this stuff plays a big role. Talk to an insurance professional before, because your costs could vary. Don't just think that throwing in $2,500 on that line item is going to do the trick. You need to know not all insurance policies are the same. Workers' compensation, if you're hiring employees. Now the state of California, and if you look at my YouTube, I talk about the licenses that the state of California requires you to have workers' compensation. Now as a B licensed contractor, a general, you can either post it when you're getting your license on that app ID, or you can file an exemption. You're exempt if you don't have any employees, so you can file an exemption. But keep in mind, when you're hiring subs, there's an exposure there to employer's liability and workers' compensation benefits if your subs don't properly carry workers' compensation. So that all goes back to sub-agreements, indemnification, hold harmless, and collecting the right insurance certificates from your subcontractors, making sure you have a plan in place to do that. By the way, we do offer a service where we track compliance and risk management for our general contractors from the subs. Make sure the certs are on file, the proper additional insured language. We know when they're expiring. We request the renewal. So that's something that we also offer. I know there's other agencies out there that do the same, but consider that. Business auto, really, really important. I have videos and blogs on my channel and on my website about the importance of business auto and the forms and endorsements that come with the business auto, especially the symbols and getting on job sites. And then of course your bonding. Okay, what type of bonding do you need? This is something you want to talk to your attorney about. And of course, when you're talking about your accounting practices, a CPA, because there's tax provisions and tax things to consider about your entity. But if you're an individual, a corporation, a partnership, you're going to have a $25,000 bond posted with the CSLB before you can start the contract, or before they're going to take that application ID and turn it into a license for you. Now, if you're an LLC, I said it before, you're going to have your $25,000 bond plus your $100,000 employee employee worker bond. The $100,000 bonds are not inexpensive, so plan for that. If you're going to file for an LLC and you're going to contract as an LLC, you need that $100,000 bond. You also need to post your GL and either your work comp or your work comp exemption before your application as an LLC general contractor turns into a license before you can start the contract. Other types of bonding to consider: surety bonding. Are you bidding jobs that require bonding? Are you performing jobs that require contract bonding, such as performance, labor, material, payment bonds? All of them very important, because depending on the size of the job, you're going to have either a bonding program in place, or you're going to have to know what your bonding capacity is, or you need to understand the cost of express bonding. So that's all stuff that we can help with, and that's all stuff that you consider when you're planning for your new general construction business. Exciting stuff. Entrepreneurship is great. Starting your own business, you're going to build it, you're going to do great, but you have to take the proper steps before you start work. Don't rush into it. If you have partners, other owners in your business, talk to attorneys about buy-sell agreements. Talk to attorneys about how you're going to fund those buy-sell agreements. Talk to insurance professionals about life insurance, disability insurance. This is all the stuff that you should have out on the table, in writing, talked about, thought about, discussed before you start your business. And that goes for any business, but in this case, we're talking general contractors in California. We hope that you find this video helpful. We hope that you find our blog helpful on the 5 steps to starting your general construction business in California. Don't skip any of them. Go through each one of them. Consider every one of them. But if you need any help, give us a call. Our direct dial here at the agency is 858-384-1506. You can reach us at hello@foagency.com, or go over to our website. We have a live chat option. You can text us. We have lots of ways that you can communicate with us. You can find us on social media. We're happy to help anytime. And remember, please support our YouTube channel if you find it helpful and resourceful. Hope to see you in another video soon. Take care.